Just want to see you guys commit to the bit. All right. Good to be here. Man, whoever said, picture your audience naked. Never performed in Minneapolis. You guys are sexy. It is so distracting. Good to be here. Good to be vaccinated. Out of the house, vaccinated. Round of applause. Anybody? I'm surprised so many people didn't want to get the vaccine. I know there's rumors that there's like a microchip in the vaccine. I don't think that's true. I don't think there's a microchip in the vaccine. I do think there's a microchip in the My Pillows. I think that's what's going on. It's obviously connected to a tiny speaker that just whispers subliminal messaging. Every night as you lay down to bed, it's like, the election was stolen. The election was stolen. You're very manly, you know, just... What do they call those things? A white noise machine? That was a roller coaster of emotion. That's a pretty good... Wait a second, that's about us. It's still pretty good. Hopefully one thing we can take away from all this, though, is recognizing the things that are actually important to us, right? And for me, I couldn't have made it through this year without family. With money, that made things so much easier. My brother lives in Hollywood because he's a big-time director. You might have seen some of his work, actually. He does all the TV commercials for Taco Bell. Pretty cool, yeah. I feel let down by my high school guidance counselor. I didn't know that was an option. He gets paid millions of dollars to go, when I yell action, eat the taco. Yeah, stay away from the dog, he's a biter. Also, I've never been in a Taco Bell commercial. How is that possible? Have you seen my hair? It's perfect. I thought Hollywood was all about nepotism. Guess it doesn't run in my family. But he's got 2 kids, so I go visit all the time. And I still remember the day he told me I was going to be an uncle, because he came downstairs after work and he was like, we're having a baby and we need you to move out. And I was like, this is bullshit. But the kids are great. They're 6 and 4, which is such a great age, because they can actually walk and talk and get me stuff from the fridge. So... you gotta be careful, though. They're smarter than you think at that age. I already had an incident. I'm allowed near schools. Don't worry about it. But I was visiting. Here's the thing. Whenever I fly, I try to bring a full-size pillow on the plane. And I'm sure people think it's weird and flight attendants make fun of me, but I don't really care. I just smoke a bunch of pot. I get a window seat. And then I wake up in a new city, you know. Travel, this is amazing, right? But recently I was visiting my brother and his 4-year-old comes running up to me. She goes, you forgot your pillow last time. I go, wow, how did you remember that it was my pillow? She goes, it smells like you. She doesn't know yet, but in 10 years she's gonna be at a Kanye show. Like, this concert smells like my uncle, you know? Someone's burning rope over here. My brother got baptized for the first time at age 40, and we weren't raised religious, so when my parents found out, they actually freaked out. They called me up. They go, we're worried about your brother. We need you to check up on him. I was like, hey, relax. As far as a midlife crisis goes, Jesus is pretty mild. It could be worse. At least he's not buying a Corvette and abandoning his family. It could be worse. Too close to home for Minneapolis. I apologize. My dad left for cigarettes when I was 12, you asshole. But I go, you know what? Next time I'm down there, I'll check up on him. So next time I was visiting my brother, I called my parents and go, it's worse than we could have imagined. He's into Kanye. Not the old Kanye, the new Kanye. Yeah. My brother loves Kanye West, Jesus, and fencing. So somehow I turned out to be the normal one in the family. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with Jesus. It's great for his life and his family. It just sucks because sometimes it gets a little judgy if I want to catch a buzz. We took a family vacation recently and rented an Airbnb together, and at the end of the night, I opened the door to smoke a joint on the porch. And my brother starts freaking out. He's like, "Don't do it out there. It's not legal in the States. I don't want the neighbors to freak out." And I was like, wow. I knew weed made you paranoid, but I thought you had to smoke it first. Also, we're in Florida. I don't think they're going to care, you know? Florida's just happy I'm not doing bath salts. Isn't that the state of low expectations, you know? I get it. I used to be embarrassed I smoked pot. I started touring America as a comedian, and I realized how popular OxyContin is. And I think I'm doing fine, you know? Drugs aren't a big deal. Most drugs, you know, drugs are like speeding. Speeding's illegal, technically, but as long as you're going with the flow of traffic, no one's gonna care, right? If you're going 80 and some guy flies by you at 150, who do you think the cops are going after? Exactly, the black guy doing 55. I know, they should stop doing that. But I don't want to be a hassle. I'm like, hey, you're paying for this trip with your Taco Bell blood money, you know, your Taco Bell bloody stool money, you know, so I'm like, you just tell me where to go. He goes, all across the street, there's an abandoned field. Just go smoke out there. I don't want the neighbors to freak out. So I'm standing in an empty field at 1 in the morning, like, I think this is worse. I'm pretty sure the neighbor's gonna peek out the window, see a tall, dark, shadowy figure in an empty field, a lighter flickering in the wind. Oh, I'm sure there will be 911 calls about that. It only takes 5 minutes to smoke a joint if you're doing it right, so I get out of there before anyone can notice. I'm trying to find my way back to the Airbnb, but it's one of those condos where like all the buildings look the same. So I'm at building J, trying to find building C, like a backwards alphabet DUI test, you know? The whole point is to not freak out the neighbors, but now I'm tiptoeing through Nana's rose bushes and peeking in windows. Is this C? Where am I going? You know? Finally, I give up, and I call my brother to come rescue me. And he does. And we get inside. He's giving me this big lecture on drugs and Jesus. At the end of it, I go, you're telling me whenever you feel anxious, you just remember that Jesus loves you and everything feels better? He's like, exactly. I was like, that's what drugs do for me. You're talking to a guy who's not there. I have imaginary friends. We're not that different. I was like, I think you should try drugs. You probably like it. That was about 2 years ago, and now he grows pot in his backyard. So I won the conversion battle. Take that, Jesus. I was going to hell before that joke, but family vacation was nice. Nothing like 10 days with your brother's kids to remind you why you push away anyone who's ever loved you. Just kidding, they would have left on their own eventually. Trying to get back out there though, single fella, you know. I'm on all the apps, Tinder, Bumble, Truth Social, you know, just trying to meet some lonely, sad women. Oh, the election wasn't stolen, but my heart was. Some of my friends make fun of me because I actually dated a girl that was a Trump supporter for a couple months. So I was just trying to do my part to reach across the aisle, you know? More like reach around the aisle, you know what I mean? But she ended up dumping me because I kept making fun of Trump. That was like a big deal breaker for her. She ended up sending me like a 6-page breakup email. And at the very bottom she wrote, "It's a shame people let politics divide us like this." I was like, you're the one that's upset. I'm still trying to fuck you. I don't understand. Why can't we just come together, you know? If we could just look at things from a different perspective, like dogging style. I know you would see things. I gotta stop talking about my failed relationships on stage. Girls tell me all the time that they hate it Which is weird to me. I mean, Taylor Swift makes an album about all of her exes. Everyone loves it. I make an album about my exes, and a judge tells me to stop playing it on her voicemail, track by track. It's just a double standard. And look, I'm not saying I seek out someone with the opposite, point of view as I have, but I'm just saying it's not a deal breaker. Like, if everything else is great, and that's the main thing we disagree on, like, I can work with that, I guess what I'm trying to say is if that ass is round, the earth can be flat. I'm cool with that. I don't know. We're too divided. We gotta get along again, we're all in this together, because if you're liberal, you're gonna need conservative friends, right? Because one day, your car is gonna break down. And then I'll tell you what, 3 douchebag comedians on the side of the road going, I don't even know why we opened this hood. To be honest, there's green shit everywhere. They did not cover this in my liberal arts degree. I don't know what to do. And then what, you're gonna limp to old Valvoline, he's gonna go, all right, just give me 20 minutes. You're like, all right, let's go, Brandon. Please fix it. This is my favorite thing, by the way, the Let's Go Brandon, because it stands for like fuck Joe Biden or whatever. But my favorite thing is they say it like they think it hurts my feelings, Fuck Joe Biden. No, not my 6th choice for president. Fuck Joe Biden. Well, if you want to fuck Joe Biden so bad, I hope you wear a condom. I do hope that like a trans athlete named Brandon wins an Olympic gold medal, just because then Republicans would have to buy new t-shirts. But other than that, it's great. Like an evil villain. I read that the Daily Wire, which is Ben Shapiro's media company, they're spending like $100 million on kids' TV shows for the next 3 years because they think Disney's indoctrinating their children. I think that's great. I can't wait for Republican versions of kids' TV shows. Hey, Blue's Clues, can you help us find 11,000 votes in Georgia? Actually red now because of the animal testing. But, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? She's in Ukraine looking for Hunter Biden's laptop. Oh. Introducing our newest cartoon, Dora the Deporter. Here's like, stop giving him ideas. I got a couple shirts for sale after the show so the government doesn't know I make money. The first one is just about people with fake service dogs. Because I have a friend that has a service dog, but it's a Chihuahua. And I was like, I don't think that counts. She's like, no, it helps in my anxiety. I'm like, the dog shakes more than you do. If you need something for emotional support that fits in your purse, get a gun. You know what I mean? Dogs don't bite people, people bite people. It's not my fault. These are my service animals, Smith & Wesson, Whenever I'm feeling anxious, I just pull them out and start petting them. Who's a good boy? I want to take you. So it's just an emotional support t-shirt, right? Because if you're feeling sad and you don't have your service dog or your vape pen, you pet this guy, and it lines up with your nipples, you're like, emotional support underwear, He's got a bowl full of pills and the name text is Xanax, so pick one of those up. And then this one, we're just so divided as a country. We just need to come together, We need to reach around the aisle. job. Yeah, so you just, wear this to Thanksgiving, and then your weird Republican brother won't talk to you. Unless he's your stepbrother. It's not my fault you get the joke. I just made it. If you buy a t-shirt, I'll throw in a free beer koozie, $700 value. Or I'll sell it separately if you're an alcoholic. And there's a joke on the other side because I saw a bumper sticker and it said, "Cars are like wives, if it ain't yours, don't touch." And I was like, what a dumb sticker. So I just made these things. They say, "Cars are like wives, I accidentally banged yours." Insurance is gonna cover it, okay? 'Cause she was totaled, am I right?